Hello everyone. So from this question, we will start solving. You will start preparing balance sheet. The following is the summarized balance sheet of Gresham Limited as on 31st March 2018. I think this is previous question paper. Just please concentrate. Liabilities rupees, assets rupees. Here we have 10% redeemable preference shares of rupees 100 each. That is 10,000. See, I have written here inner column because here we have got calls in arrears. So they have not given number of preference share, but directly they have given amount. That is, how many shares they have given? I'm sorry, 1 lakh they have given. 1 lakh minus, and calls in arrears is 1000. Calls in arrears is 1000. So 1 lakh minus 1 you will do. If you do, you will get 99,000. Next, and please concentrate here. See, for the first time we are having calls in arrears. In step number 1, either you can have partly paid shares or calls in arrears. When you have partly paid shares, the simple journal entry will be preference share final call account at R2, some amount to preference share capital account, next bank account at R2, preference share final call account. But when you have calls in arrears, directly you can write bank account at R2, calls in arrears account. Now we have calls in arrears here, 1000. Next one, we have 50,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each fully paid, that is 5 lakh. So 50,000 into 10, 5 lakh. General reserve is divisible profit. Capital reserve is non-divisible profit. Very important, please remember. If you are not using any reserves, then that should be shown under balance sheet. And creditors, we have 1 lakh 50, 1000. Totally we have 9 lakh. Okay. And assets, we have 8 lakh 10,000. Cash at bank 10,000. Investment 80,000. Total we have 9 lakh. Okay. For the purpose of redemption of preference share, the company made a fresh issue of 4,500. Please remember, from 1 to question number 7, they have given number of shares, but sometimes they will not give you number of shares. You have to calculate number of shares. We'll discuss later that part. Okay, here the company is issuing 4,500 equity shares of rupees 10 each at a premium of 10%. The company is issuing equity shares, that is 4,500 equity shares of rupees 10 each at a premium of 10%. The issue was taken up and paid for in full. So the full amount will be received by the company. And also the money on calls in arrears was duly received in full. Whatever we have 1,000 here, the same amount will be received. That means there is no forfeiture of shares. Okay. Investments were sold for rupees 75,000. Look at here, we have investment 80,000, but here those investment have been sold for 75,000. That means they have sold at a loss of 5,000. Sold at a loss of 5,000. The preference shares were redeemed at a premium of 10%, and we are going to redeem preference shares at a premium of 10%, not at par value. Write journal entries and prepare balance sheet after redemption. Fine. Now, first you would look at the question whether the shares are fully paid or partly paid. In this question, the shares are fully paid, and apart from partly paid, we have to look at other part also, that is there any calls in arrears? Of course, we have calls in arrears. The calls in arrears amount is 1,000. First, that amount should be received. So the entry will be bank account data 1,000 to calls in arrears account 1,000. The same amount which is given in the question, being calls in arrears amount received in full. Fine. And second, we are done with step number 1. You have to go for step number 2. Whether the preference shares are redeemed at par value or premium value. In this question, the preference shares are redeemed at premium. Please remember, if they are redeemed at par value, this sentence will not be there. This entry will not be there. The simple 1 lakh it will get. Since we are redeeming preference shares at premium value, now how many shares the company is having? Company is having 10,000. Okay. 1 lakh divided by 100 is, so I think 1,000. 1,000. So the entry will be preference share capital account debtor. Preference share capital account debtor 1,000 into 100 will get 1 lakh. And we are redeeming preference shares at a premium of 10%. 1 lakh into 10% will get 10,000. So preference share capital account debtor 1 lakh. Premium on redemption of preference share 10,000. Totally, if you had, we will get 1 lakh 10,000. 2 we have to give to preference shareholders account. That will be the second journal entry. And third one, you have to look at definitely you have to go for the third journal entry. That is, please, whenever you get a question like this, you look at the question, is there any issue of new shares? Yes, of course, the company is issuing 4,500 equity shares of rupees 10 each at a premium of 10%. Now 4,500 into 10, we will get 45,000, and security premium 10%, 45,000. So 45,000 into 10%, if you do, you will get 4,500. If we had, we will get 49,500. The entry will be bank account data, that is 49,500, to equity share capital account 4,500 into 10, 45,000, to security premium account 4,500. Done. Next, apart from this, so your next you have to search for, is there any sale of assets? Now look at here. Here we have asset investment, we have 80,000, the book value is 80,000, but this investment will be sold at a loss of 5,000, that is 75,000. The next entry will be bank account data. Say, I have told you these entries need not be in order, it can interchange. Bank account data 75,000, and actually book value is 80,000, but we are selling at 75, that means 5,000 loss. Bank account data 75,000, P&L account 5,000, so total it will be 80,000, to investment account 80,000. Done. Being investment sold at a loss of 5,000. I have given narration also, please just go through that narration. And see, look at here. See, I have told you can interchange. The nominal capital is how much? 1 lakh. To pay 1 lakh, the company has issued equity shares of rupees 4,500. 4,500 into 10, 45,000. To pay, okay, 1 lakh, the company has issued already 45,000 equity shares. The balance amount is how much? 55k, and that should be taken from which account? Divisible profits. And I have told you this is divisible profit, but this is not a divisible profits. Total divisible profit is how much? 1 lakh we have. So that same amount you have to take out from divisible profits. 1 lakh minus 45, we will get 55,000. General reserve account data 55,000, to CRR account, to capital redemption reserve account 55,000. And please remember, just we are going to transfer to CRR account. It doesn't mean that this amount will be utilized, CRR account will be utilized to redeem preference shares. We are going to transfer to CRR account, but you look at cash in hand and cash at bank. Look at here, we have here we have 10,000, and the company has already issued 49,500 amount. We'll discuss one by one, okay? We have whether we have sufficient cash or not. Next. So, and look at here, we have to pay premium, right? How much premium we have to pay? 10,000. In the question, do we have any security premium? Yes. We look at the question. I think here we don't have any security premium, but at the time of issue of equity shares, we have collected 4,500 extra, correct? No, that is security premium. But how much excess you need to pay? You need to pay only 10,000. Look at here, we have to pay only 10,000. To pay 10,000, already we have collected 4,500. To pay 10,000, already we have collected 4,500. Now the same amount you have to utilize security premium account 4,500, but we have to pay how much? 10k. We have only 4,500. Balance 5,500. If you have any shortage, you have to take out from divisible profit. Which is divisible profit here? This one, general reserve. Already in general reserve we have utilized only 45,000, correct? No, 55,000 we have utilized. Still we have balance 1 lakh minus 55, still we have 45,000. Can we utilize? Yes. So here the entry will be security premium 4,500, general reserve 5,500. That is, to pay 10k, we have only 4.5 security premium. The balance 5.5 you have to take out from divisible profits. Fine. Now to pay premium, everything we have, okay? I mean, to pay premium and nominal capital we have. Look at here. Here 1,000 we have, okay, cash. Here also we have 10,000. 10 plus 1, 11, and here we have 49. So 11 plus 49, it will be 60, okay, plus 75. 60 plus 75, 135. We have sufficient fund. Just we are going to transfer this CRR account only, okay? But we have sufficient cash with us, so we can make payment. How much? 1 lakh. ultimate, the last entry will be whatever due entry you have passed here, okay, this which is created here will be debited in the last journal entry, that is preference shareholders account data 1 lakh plus 10, 1 lakh 10,000 to bank account 1 lakh 10,000. Okay, now we are done with journal entries. These 7 journal entries are very, very important. And next one we'll go to balance sheet. Now please consider it here. Look at the balance sheet. See here we had preference share, right? We had preference share, 1000 preference shares of rupees 100 each, but these have been redeemed, that means they have been paid back, so you don't have to show it in balance sheet. And next year we have 50,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each fully paid. And please be careful, earlier we had 50,000 equity shares, and also the company has issued new equity shares. How many equity shares? 4,500. And security premium should be shown separately. This amount you have to show separately, but not here. Okay, you have to show security premium separately under reserve and surplus. Now here, earlier they had how many shares? 50,000. Now they have issued 4,500. So total how much it will be? Shares. The same amount you have to write here. I'm sorry. So 50,000 plus 4,500. How much it will be? For 54,500 into 10 rupees. 54,500 into 10 rupees. So it will be 5,45,500. Next one, see, I have given the format also already. I have explained the vertical format as per Companies Act 2013 part 2, schedule 3 part 2. Now what we have, share capital we have written under reserve and surplus, the amount which is here. The next part is reserve and surplus. Here look at here, we have general reserve, how much we have? 1 lakh. Out of that we have utilized, and capital reserve. We'll go one by one. See, out of 1 lakh, look at the question, we have utilized here, sorry, not here, okay, here 55,000 and here 5,500. So you minus under reserve and surplus 1 lakh minus 55, 5.5. If you do, you will get 39,500. And capital reserve is a non-divisible profits. We are not taken anywhere. That means the same amount will be shown under the same amount will be shown under reserve and surplus. The same amount you have to write here. Reserve and surplus under that. Sorry, I forgot to explain. See, total 1 lakh we have, 55,000 we have to minus, 5.5 we have to minus, and also in one journal entry we have got loss of how much? 5,000. Look at here, the book value is 80,000, but these investment have been sold at 75,000. That means we have got 5,000 loss. The same amount should be minus here. Where here? Here you have to minus 1 lakh minus 55, so you will get 39,500 minus 5,000. 5,000 you have to less. Okay. You can write 34,500 directly. Outer column you can write 34,500. Instead of 39,000 you can directly write outer column 34,500. That is 39,500 minus 5,000. And next one, capital reserve we have not utilized, so the same amount will be written over there, 50,000. And creditors also we have not done any creditors utilized, and we don't have any non-current or current non-current items. So directly we can go for current items. See, and one more thing, I'm sorry, I forgot to explain. Whatever the amount transferred to CRR account, look at here, the same amount here, whatever amount we have, okay, same amount should be, sorry, here, this amount, whatever amount you have transferred to CRR account should be shown under reserve and surplus, after reserve and surplus here, okay. Sorry. So here CRR account 55,000, and a non-current assets we don't have any secured or unsecured, it will be nil. And a current assets we have sundry creditors, that is 1,51,000. So totally if you had, you will get 8,35,500. 8,35,500. 500. We are done with equity and liabilities. The format already I have given, I have explained. Already we have discussed under the chapter called internal reconstruction. Next we will go to assets. See, under assets, total how many assets we have? We have sundry assets and cash at bank. Investment is already sold, so you don't have to show under balance sheet. That means we are left with only two assets. So sundry asset you can show under non-current asset. So here non-current assets, tangible only you can show 8,10,000, no issue. Intangible nil. Under current assets we have cash at bank. So this is very very important. So earlier we had 10,000, okay, and company as, which is debited is amount received. Company has received 1,000. This 1,000 you have to add, and also they are receiving 49,500 you have to add, and they are receiving 75,000 you have to add, and they are paying this credited is amount is paying, so you have to minus. So if you add all these amount, that is 10,000 plus 1,000, 49,500 plus 75 minus 1,10,000, if you do, you will get 25,500, and if you total assets you will get 8,35,500. Look at here, your total assets and liabilities will be same. So very very important, and the same question has been asked for 2 years. Very very important. Please work out on this question. If you have any doubts, let me know, I'll clarify your doubts. I hope the concept is clear. If you have any doubts, please let me know. Thank you.